challenge. The competition is heating up as these teams go head-to-head in an academic face-off. Hello and welcome. I'm Jared Cotter. Let's get started and meet our contestants from Westchester, Hudson Valley. First, the Crusaders from Archbishop Stepinac High School.
Dylan Pereira, sophomore. Brendan Moen, senior, captain.
Trevor Bullock, senior. Mark Soriano, senior.
And that's Stepinac in the house. What's going on? All right, now let's meet their challengers, the Thornton Donovan School.
Patrick Collins, junior.
Peter Izzik, senior and captain.
Daniela John, senior.
Ian Collins, senior.
And that's Thornton Donovan in the house. All right, it's gonna be a good one. Looking tough, looking strong. All right, let's also say hello to our audience. What's going on, everybody? Okay, let's get started. Each team begins with 100 points. Round one is multiple choice, and questions are worth 5 points each. The categories for round one are Secretary of the Treasury, Literature from the American South, Earth Science Etymology, and Covering All the Bases. Okay, teams, let's see if you're ready for the challenge. Our first question comes from Secretary of the Treasury. Alexander Hamilton served as Secretary of the Treasury under which president? A, George Washington, B, John Adams, or C, Thomas Jefferson? Peter.
A, George Washington.
That's the correct answer. Thanks for starting us off right, Pete. You control the board.
Let's go Literature of the American South.
Okay. What Southern Gothic novel by Harper Lee is loosely based on people and events in the author's own hometown of Monroeville, Alabama? A, The Member of the Wedding, B, In Cold Blood, or C, To Kill a Mockingbird? Trevor.
C, To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's the correct answer. Good job, Trev. You control the board.
We'll stick with Literature of the American South.
Okay. What play by Tennessee Williams is set in the plantation home in the Mississippi Delta of Big Daddy Pollitt, a wealthy cotton tycoon? A, The Glass Menagerie, B, Cat on the Hot Tin Roof, or C, A Streetcar Named Desire? Peter.
B, Cat on the Hot Tin Roof.
Yes, that's correct. All right, Peter, you control the board.
Well, let's stay with Literature of the American South.
Sure. What novel by Alice Walker takes place in rural Georgia and focuses on female black life in the 1930s in the southern United States? A, The Secret Life of Bees, B, The Color Purple, or C, Their Eyes Were Watching God? Trevor.
B, The Color Purple.
That's the correct answer. All right, we're going back and forth so far. Trevor, you control the board.
We'll go Secretary of the Treasury.
Sure. John Connally served as Secretary of the Treasury under which president? A, John F. Kennedy, B, Lyndon Johnson, or C, Richard Nixon? Ian.
A, John F. Kennedy.
That's incorrect. Stepinac captain.
C, Richard Nixon.
That's the correct answer. Nixon. All right, Brendan.
Very good. Stay with Secretary of the Treasury.
Sure. Henry Paulson served as Secretary of the Treasury under which president? A, George H.W. Bush, B, Bill Clinton, or C, George W. Bush? Trevor.
C, George W. Bush.
Yes, that's correct. 2 in a row for Stepinac. You control the board, Trevor.
We'll stick with it.
Okay, Secretary of the Treasury. Donald Reagan served as Secretary of the Treasury under which president? A, Ronald Reagan, B, George H.W. Bush, or C, Bill Clinton? Patrick.
B, George H.W. Bush.
That's incorrect. Stepinac captain.
C, Bill Clinton.
A, Ronald Reagan is the correct answer. Let's go to Literature from the American South. What novel by Toni Morrison is about a fugitive slave woman who kills her baby daughter to avoid returning her to a plantation in Kentucky? A, The Bluest Eye, B, Sula, or C, Beloved? Brendan.
A, The Bluest Eye.
I'm sorry, your team conferred. Thornton Donovan, captain.
C, Beloved.
That's the correct answer, Beloved. All right, Peter. Where to?
Let's do Covering All the Bases.
Sure. What is the measure in degrees of a base angle of an isosceles triangle whose vertex angle measures 38 degrees? Is it A, 66, B, 71, or C, 72? Ian.
C, 72.
Incorrect. Stepinac captain.
A, 66.
B, 71 is the correct answer. Let's go back to Secretary of the Treasury for the last question in that category. Ogden Mills served as Secretary of the Treasury under which president? A. Calvin Coolidge, B. Herbert Hoover, or C. Franklin D. Roosevelt? Brendan,
C. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
incorrect. Thornton Donovan, captain.
B. Herbert Hoover.
That's the correct answer, Herbert Hoover. All right, we're tied at 120. Peter, you control the board.
Can we do earth science etymology?
Sure. What term describing an elevated area of flat land is derived from an old French word? A. Plateau, B. Mesa, or C. Prairie? Brendan.
A. Plateau.
Yes, that's correct. Plateau. All right, Brendan.
Let's stick with earth science etymology.
Sure. The name of what common weather station instrument is derived from the Greek word meaning weight? A. Pluviometer, B. Barometer, or C. Hygrometer? Peter.
A. Pluviometer.
Incorrect. Stepping out, captain.
B. Barometer.
That's the correct answer. Barometer.
Let's stay with earth science etymology.
Sure. What term describing a movement of ocean waters derived from a Germanic word meaning a division of time? A. Wave, B. Current, or C. Tide? Peter.
C. Tide.
Yes, that's correct. This is a great game so far. Peter, you control the board.
Earth science etymology.
Sure. The word for what type of light precipitation is derived from an Old English word meaning to fall? A. Fog, B. Drizzle, or C. Dew? Daniela.
B. Drizzle.
Yes, that's correct. She ties it at 130 with that one. Daniela, you control the board.
Let's stick with earth science etymology.
Okay, for the last question, in earth science, what term for a landslide of wet volcanic debris is taken from the Javanese word for lava? A. Lahar, B. Tefra, or C. A'a? Patrick.
C.
Incorrect. Stepping out, captain.
A. Lahar.
That's the correct answer, yes. Okay, Brendan, we have two categories left. Literature from the American South or covering all the bases.
Go with literature of the American South.
Okay. What novel by Ralph Ellison features an African-American high school valedictorian from a small town in the South who ends up involved in riotous political change in Harlem? A. Invisible Man, B. Native Son, or C. The Outsider? Daniela.
A. Invisible Man.
Yes, that's correct. And that's the end of the multiple choice round. Our score is Stepanak 135 and Thornton Donovan 135. It's been so good, we are tied. Stay tuned. After the break, it's our 60-second lightning round. Don't go away. Welcome back to The Challenge. Don't forget you can watch us 6 nights a week from Sunday through Friday on MSG Varsity. It's time for our lightning round, and here's how we play. Each team has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions, with each question being worth 5 points. Our categories are bromance and P places. Thornton Donovan comes into the lightning round with 135 points. You get to choose first.
We're gonna go with bromance.
Okay, bromance. The following clues describe answers containing the letters B-R-O. 60 seconds on the clock, please. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Another word for an Irish accent.
Brogue. Brogue.
Correct. New York City borough that makes up the most populous county in New York State.
Brooklyn.
Correct. Chemical element with an atomic number of 35.
Bronium. Bromium.
Correct. One function of this facial hair is to keep sweat from falling into the eyes.
Brow.
Correct. Ivy League University located in
Brown.
Providence. Correct. A natural stream of fresh water smaller than a
Brook.
creek. Correct. In Greek mythology, this was the food of the gods.
Pass.
Ambrosia. In Italian, this vegetable's name translates to the flowering top of a cabbage.
Broccoli.
Correct. A metal alloy consisting mainly of copper and tin.
Bronze.
Correct. Medical term for an acute inflammation of the main air passages to the lungs.
Okay.
Bronchitis.
Yes, that's correct. 9 right for 45 more points. Thornton Donovan, well done. Let's go this way. Stepanak, your category is P places. The following clues describe places whose names begin with the letter P. 60 seconds on the clock, please. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. World War II began in 1939 when this country was invaded.
Poland.
Correct. Capital city of South Dakota.
Pierre.
Correct. The original Taino inhabitants of this island called it Borinquen.
Polynesians.
Puerto Rico. Islamabad is the capital of this Asian.
Pakistan.
Correct. Cambodia's capital city.
Pass.
Phnom Penh. Capital of American Samoa.
Pass.
Pango Pango. The Champs-Élysées is a main road in this European city.
Paris.
Correct. The ancient Inca city of Cusco is located in this country.
Peru.
Correct. The largest city in the state of Western Australia.
Pass.
Perth. Country that seceded from Colombia in 1903.
Panama.
Correct. 6 right for 30 more points, Stepanak. All right. Stay tuned for more of the challenge. We'll be back right after this.
Visit the challenge at msgvarsity.com for full episodes, team profiles, schedules, and more.
Welcome back. If you missed any part of the challenge and you're an IO Digital subscriber, you can always catch this week's program on demand by going to channel 614. Select TV shows, then choose the challenge. Now, during the break, we had a revision of the score. The score is now Archbishop Stepanak 165 and Thornton Donovan 175. We're in round 3, and questions are worth 10 points each. Randomly placed in each category is a bonus question worth an additional 10 points. The categories for round 3 are cities, New England authors, moons, and on the run. Run is in quotes. Our first question comes from cities. In the harbor of which city was the signing of the Japanese Instrument of Surrender completed in 1945? Brendan.
Tokyo.
Yes, that's correct. Tokyo.
I'll take cities.
Okay, sure. In which U.S. city was the 1893 World's Centennial Exposition held? Peter.
Chicago.
Yes, that's correct. Well done, Peter. Where to?
Cities.
Okay. Which Southeast Asian country's capital is the same name as its country? Peter.
Singapore.
Yes, that's correct. 2 in a row for Pete.
City.
You control the board. Okay, he wants to stay in cities. Answer this correctly and earn a bonus question for your team. Which U.S. state capital comes first alphabetically? Brendan.
Albany.
Yes, that's correct. Earning Stepanak a bonus question. Which city hosts the headquarters of the Organization of American States?
Washington, D.C.
Yes, that's correct. Good job. 10 more points to Stepanak. Brendan, you control the board.
On the run.
Okay, on the run. The bars or rods that form the steps of a ladder. Peter.
Rungs.
Yes, that's correct. Where to, Pete?
Cities.
Back to cities for the last question in that category. In which city was Mahatma Gandhi assassinated in 1948? Brendan.
Delhi.
Judges. Sorry, that's incorrect. Thornton Donovan, captain.
New Delhi.
That's the correct answer, yes. New Delhi. Okay, Peter, you control the board.
Let's do on the run.
Okay, answer this correctly, earn a bonus question. This fruit is also known as a dried plum. Trevor.
Prune.
Yes, that's correct. And here is your bonus question. In fashion, this type of stage is also known as a catwalk.
Runway.
Just in time. Yes, that is the correct answer, a runway. All right, Brendan, you control the board.
On the run.
Sure. This term refers to a verb ending in the letters ing. Ian.
Gerund.
Yes, that's correct. Great game here, both teams. Ian, you control the board.
Stick with on the run.
Sure. The smallest member of a litter of animals. Ian.
Runt.
2 in a row for Ian. Where to?
Stay with it.
Okay, for the last question, in on the run. A person who illegally transports alcoholic beverages during times of prohibition. Ian.
Bootlegger.
Incorrect. Stepping at captain. A rum runner is the correct answer. Yes, the answer had to have run in it. Okay, let's go to New England authors. This Massachusetts resident is known for his book Walden, which was named after a pond where the author lived in simplicity for 2 years. Brendan.
Henry David Thoreau.
Yes, that's correct.
You can answer.
All right, Brendan.
New England authors.
Okay, answer this correctly, earn a bonus question. This American poet wrote realistic depictions of rural life while living in New Hampshire, Vermont, and Massachusetts. Ian.
Walt Whitman.
Incorrect. Stepping at captain.
Mark Twain.
Robert Frost is the correct answer. Let's go to moons.
I knew it was not Mark Twain.
Which of the 3 families of rocks is most common on Earth's moon? Peter.
Igneous.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, figured that one out. Okay, Peter, you control the board.
Can we do New England authors?
Yeah, sure can. This author is perhaps best known for The Scarlet Letter, which takes place in Puritan, New England. Ian.
Jane Austen.
Incorrect. Stepping at captain.
Williams.
Nathaniel Hawthorne is the correct answer. Let's go to moons. Which moon of Saturn is named after the mythical Titan condemned by Zeus to support the heavens on his shoulders? Peter.
Atlas.
Yes, that's correct. Atlas.
Atlas.
All right, Pete.
New England authors.
Sure. This American poet wrote nearly 1,800 poems while living an introverted and secluded life in Amherst, Massachusetts. Dylan.
Dickinson.
That is correct. Emily Dickinson. Good job, Dylan. Okay, we have New England authors or moons left.
New England authors.
Sure. Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote this anti-slavery novel that is credited with having helped to lay the groundwork for the Civil War from where her husband was teaching in Maine. Ian.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yes, that's correct. Great job from both teams. Let's go to our final category in round 3, and it's moons. Answer this correctly and earn a bonus question. Which Jovian moon has over 400 active volcanoes and is considered the most geologically active object in our solar system? Trevor.
Io.
Yes, that's correct. Earning Stepanak a bonus question. Which of the Martian moons has the larger diameter?
Aries.
Phobos is the correct answer. Okay, that's the end of round 3. Don't forget to check out the challenge on Facebook and search MSG Varsity. Be sure to visit the challenge tab when you do. We'll take a short break and be back with the complete 180 round. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It is time to do a complete 180. There's still 180 points up for grabs. Plenty of points for these teams to go get. We have 4 categories, each containing 3 questions worth 10, 15, and then 20 points. Good luck, teams. Let's play the complete 180. Our categories are Africa, literature, baseball, and math. The first question is open to both teams, but please remember to use your buzzers. For 10 points from Africa. What East African country did Prime Minister Meles Zenawi, who died in 2012, lead for nearly 20 years? Brendan.
Egypt.
Incorrect. Thornton Donovan, captain.
Nigeria.
Ethiopia is the correct answer. Let's go to literature. 10-point question, open to both teams. What Irish author of Ulysses is the subject of a new 2012 biography? Trevor.
James Joyce.
That is correct. 15-point question. Ulysses chronicles the passing of one day in what Irish city?
Dublin.
That is correct to take the lead. 20-point question. What James Joyce work centers around the semi-autobiographical character of Stephen Daedalus?
The Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man.
Incorrect. Thornton Donovan, captain.
Finding Nemo.
The correct answer is A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. To baseball we go. 10-point question, open to both teams. What 50-year-old former Major League Baseball pitcher, nicknamed Rocket, pitched for an independent minor league baseball team in August 2012? Ian.
Roger Clemens.
That is correct. 15-point question. Roger Clemens won what Major League Baseball pitching award a record 7 times?
Cy Young.
That is correct. 20-point question. According to Major League Baseball's Mitchell Report, Roger Clemens allegedly used anabolic steroids and what other performance-enhancing substance?
HGH.
That is correct. To math we go. This is our final category. 10-point question, open to both teams. On August 14th, 2012, the population of the United States hit 314,159,265, leading that day to be designated with a name containing what mathematical constant? Brendan.
Pi.
That is correct. 15-point question. The symbol for pi is the 16th letter in what alphabet?
The Greek.
That is correct. 20-point question. Pi's inability to be expressed as a ratio of two integers designates it as what type of number?
Irrational.
That is correct. And that's the end of the round and the end of the game. Our final score is Archbishop 315, Thornton Donovan 310. Well done, Stepanak. Congratulations. They will advance to round 2. Thanks so much for watching. And be sure to check out MSGVarsity.com for schedules and photos. I'm Jared Cotter, and we'll see you next time on The Challenge when New Jersey's Edison High School takes on American Christian. I'll see you there.